Welcome back, everyone, to the grudge match of the century. I-5 versus SK Gaming is going underway right now, and Giannis and Thor are already gone.
Big game for these two teams. For those at home that don't understand what's going on, why we brought you this grudge match, whoever wins this game is a best of one, guys. Whoever wins this game is going to the LAN regional in Cologne in Germany for a chance at getting a share of the prize pool of $50,000. The one who loses does not.
I can't take you seriously.
This is the hype tide, right? It's the hype tide. Go with it. Embrace it. Embrace the hype tide.
I just embrace you.
You can embrace me sooner rather than later, baby. We'll
hey,
you can take me. You can.
Hey.
I need one of those. My back's actually really sore, after sitting here for 7 hours now. I'm like, I could do with one of those sickles. You need to go and get me one of them. I'm looking forward to
some sickles. Well, Cyrus is out, so no sickles today. We've got Loki and first pick here for I-5 across the way. SK is gonna be hovering on Habwa right now, looking for something else to pick. We know that Giannis is gone, but Athena is still available, so they're going to be hovering on Athena right now as a support pick. Really strong against Loki as well. Athena can taunt him out of stealth, pull him closer, and it really put him in a spot that he doesn't want to be in.
That's right. I mean, this game, this time around, you can see Loki going over to Adapting again, Driver. However, what they did this time, they took Athena away from Dirges. They don't want him to play it, but now it's their turn because there's Athena and Habwa on the table for SK. That's great. However, look at what we're seeing from I-5. I-5 are going for the double Hindu spectacular. They're going for Ram and Kumbhakarn.
Wait,
Yes.
Hold on. Are they drafting top tier characters right now?
They are drafting top tier characters. This is the new and improved I-5. Kret has something to say about that. He's been like, yes, we will focus. We will make sure this team picks up their pace. And they are no Odin today. But
there's gonna be an Arachne or like a Vulcan or like a. They're gonna do something.
They'll do something.
Emir mid. It's gonna happen.
Arachne Ninja solo. Something like that. Let's go with that. That sounds good, right?
Nice Mercury band there against SK Gaming. I want to give that one away. Artemis Habwa and Athena already locked in, so they don't want to give any more hyper carries on the other side of SK Gaming. That's too many. 2 is too many. I-5 is going to be locked in with their characters across the way. Looks like Zhang Kuei is going to be locked in as well. Okay. Smart play there. Beautiful. I mean, realistically, that's what they need.
It does give away, though, what SK's game plan is. Now, I-5 technically can counter-pick into Zhang Kuei and Habwa, unless Habwa's going to go jungle this game, Dry. That's the only other, sort of style that you could see going on with this one. We'll see, though, now it's going to be I-5's choice of what they want for their solo and mid laner. We know Loki's going to be in the jungle. Adapting's been playing it all day. However, they could mix things up and send into the solo lane and advert that Loki. That's the only thing they could do here. And what have they got special for this? This is a big game. This is the biggest game of their... This is the biggest game of their. Scylla and New War have been picked up for I-5, Driver. And in response, I know you're dying from that, but in response right now, SK Gaming are hovering over tier. Are we... Is this... Wow. New War and tier.
Well, tier is there. Okay, so. Okay, all right. Okay.
Talk to me, Driver. Talk to me.
Okay.
Use words.
Look at this, right? They have Kumba. Now, you look at characters like Habwa, Artemis, Zhang Kuei. All these characters, they move to initiate. They don't jump, they don't leap, they don't dash. Habwa can dash through people realistically, but generally use it for killing or for getting lots of AoE damage. So when you put the Pillars of Heaven around them, they're gonna have to be locked in there unless they want to take this slow. Nuwa, I'm a big fan of. Not competitively, but in general, I'm a big fan of. I think she's a fantastic character. She has a great stun, lots of burst damage, and realistically, late game with that double damage from her metal passive, she can hit very hard. One of the hardest hitting mages in basically late game. So she has a very strong late game. So you look at the late game here for I-5, you've got Scylla, Nuwa, Ram, Loki. They will shred targets late. They have an enormous amount of damage, and they can pick off anybody they want, whether it's Athena, Zhang Kuei, or anybody. The problem that I see with this is that, again, and this is something that I-5 does a lot, they like to put all the pressure on team fight structure on Dirgius. They don't build to have more than one tank. They don't build to have a tank and a bruiser. They don't build to have a tank and a zoner. They just build for damage or strange picks, and that's what they have right here. They have a lot of damage. Now, Realistically, they could have advert builds, somewhat tanky early on, Warlock Sash, Breastplate of Valor, that kind of thing, and deal with the characters like Reels and Zeros. And across the way, one thing that I'm concerned about is that SK Gaming has a more of a stable lineup. They have
That's right.
Dong, Tyr, and Athena, much more tanky than you expect from i5, a little bit more stable there. They have Artemis for single target damage and Hobble for huge single target damage. So what they could realistically do on the side of SK is tank and absorb up the damage from i5, wait for an opportunity, and Artemis and Hobble can say, Loki's dead, or Scylla's dead, as soon as they want. So they have that burst damage there. So this is a tough game for both teams. i5 maybe has more pressure than SK Gaming.
Kretz is now the coach of i5. It's been announced already, Dry Bear, and we don't see Nuar in EU. We've not seen it in EU competitive play for a long time, but we have in North America. And what it brings to the table is this ability to split push all day long and look to use those clay minions to push down towers and continue the pressure on them. And I'm guessing i5 in this game are going to try and abuse that if things go wrong and defend with the likes of Durgis and Kubicon and Scylla's wave clear with Sanitary and Adapting, and allow Advert to roam off on the map and cause conundrums, cause issues that is SK prepared for. That's the big issue. Can SK work around what Advert's going to try and bring with this new war?
I think i5's job here is just to farm. Sit back, farm, play passive, control the game, and just kind of push it all the way up. And that's all they have to do. Just farm as much as you can. Get to that mid-late game hyper farm state where Loki, Rom, Scylla, and Nuwa will hit really, really hard. At that point, they're looking to get picks and really kind of deal with the fact that SK doesn't have as much damage as they could. Not even close. So we're going to come to a brief break, guys. Remember, you're watching the 4th seed contest match between i5 and SK Gaming. We'll be right back as we come back for a brief break. Welcome back, everyone, to the exciting conclusion of the Smite World Championship EU Regional Qualifiers. Getting ready to roll out here. It's going to be i5 versus SK Gaming. Getting ready to roll on out. i5 on the left side of your screen, the top left corner of your spectator UI. The blue team, they're going to be sporting a very strong lineup of Sanitary on Rom, Adapting on Loki, Advert on Nuwa, Lloydie on Scylla, and Durgius playing the big man Kumakarn.
And on the other side of the map, we're going to see SK Gaming. SK Gaming, this is their last chance. They have the opportunity to go to LAN, and it's in their grasp. They can do it themselves this time. They're not relying on other people. Zeros is going to be playing Tyr in the jungle. Reels is going to be playing Artemis. Badgers on Athena. Captain Twig is going to be playing the mid lane Hubwa. And Maniac is going to be Jonque in the solo lane.
Start out looks like it's going to be a pretty strong showing for them. Nuwa in the solo lane, Loading in the mid lane. They're going to have, as far as the jungle goes, they're going to have their Loki getting ready to go. Again, I mean, this team has so much damage potential. The only concern I have is that if they fall behind for whatever reason, or they make any poor choices, they can fall even further behind. I mean, this is like a very delicate situation for i5 because their lineup is like a glass cannon, like, through and through, and they need Durges to kind of control things. Now, granted, if you're going to have anyone control things, Kumakarn's a great choice because that's all he does. He's so great at it. He has so much CC, has so much control. That's all his claim to fame is. He didn't even do any damage. He's just a big old CC'er. But, if they can get the damage off in time, they may work. And realistically, if I was i5, I would just play it safe early and just farm as much as I can and wait for mid and late.
Well, let's see if they're going to do that at the moment, because everyone's just getting towards the lanes now. Duo lane actually reaches about the same time. Badger a little bit lower because he did the blue on his own at the start. At right-hand side, we're going to see Advert and Adapting making there quicker. They're going to have some good wave clear early on, because Zeros has got to be very careful on Tyr in the early stages. Going to make sure he uses the Powerless where available, but he can't really go with the Fearless and put himself in a bad spot.
Side Sanitary and Durge just coming together here. Going to push up this wave. Looks like Reels and Badger are getting pushed back to the tower. Artemis has the opportunity to do some volley harassment here with that suppress the insight, waiting for the wave to come on up and maybe hit both, kill two birds with one stone. You see him already going to the left side. Gonna hit the melee minion. There goes the throwback. That's something I think that can't really get into the fight to be able to clear this wave out. So more push on the side of i5 seems to be working quite well.
I love what Zeros did at the start here. He took Blink as well at the start, Dry Bear, just to keep the pressure on in that lane, because if he's not careful, he can Blink straight in, Fearless, and get the game going for SK, get it snowballing in their favor. And you can see him now. He's hunting in the middle of the jungle right now, looking for Lloydie to come out to farm this wave and get the Blink off, get behind him and force the first blood if possible. Gonna rotate back right, but there's a ward that should give vision. I mean, I'm lying, that's not a ward. So Zero's gonna come back. He's gonna find the Blink onto Advert or just farm. He's gonna farm for now. Just gonna keep watching out.
Keep watching out. Indeed, Maniac looking for an opportunity to jump in on advert. He is very hungry for it. Using that fire passive to clear out the wave. Already lots of splash damage coming up from those basic attacks. Lloydie the mid lane looking for some crush. Now Lloydie, of course, on Still is going to have a little bit less damage output early, and he won't be able to clear the wave as effectively as Captain Twig can on Habwa. But we'll be waiting for the opportunity. I mean, honestly, all Scylla needs is like level 7, level 8, and she's good to go.
Yeah, she'll be online by then and she'll be able to effectively wave clear with the crush, not have too many issues. And this is the best thing for i5 right now. Keep it safe, keep it tight, and just make sure they don't give anything away. Now, they did beat SK already today, Dry Bear, so the i5 know they've got it in them. At the same time as SK have beaten i5 time and time again before today, so they know they're strong enough to beat the likes of i5. So this is such a balanced match for them to both try and get to the LAN event. Not only one of them can make it, so you can see that this will be a very, very dangerous game for both. And they'll both play very, very carefully throughout the whole game.
It really will, and that's the big thing, right? Is you want to make sure that you're consistent as a team. You want to make sure that people see you and they recognize, okay, this team is really good at X, this team is really good at Y, and you recognize their strength and prowess as a team together, and that's what i5 has done. I mean, they've just been very consistent. SK, though, all over the place. I mean, they've been up, down, left, right, and every which way. You know, they had no performance, and all of a sudden a whole bunch of good plays, and then no performance, and, you know, that's the big thing that i5 is trying to bank on right now. They're just trying to play a good old-fashioned game of Smite, sit back, get their form, wait for the big rotations to come out, wait for the big meaningful events to happen, and then take place in those in a very meaningful way to take over the match before SK really knows what hit them.
Mid camps have spawned. SK getting themselves in position to contest. He's Dirge is going to yawn, going to look for the hog, gets caught out of position a little bit here. Groggy striking Zeros, uses the blink, and the aggression is onto Adapting on the back line there. But big crush onto Badger. Adapting returns the damage to Zeros. The crushing wave misses from Twig. Sanitary backs off with the roll as the ball hits into Dirge's passive form. Astral Barrage comes out with the damage onto Badger. Everybody's still alive. They're bloody blocking for Dirges right out of the Sleepy. Adapting gets first blood, then Rios picks up Dirges, and Zeros has to get away. So he continue the aggression. Adapting finds a double, and the pillars are over here with Advert right now as the Ghosts are going to find the kill from Maniac onto Adapting. The Sanitary has to run with the barest amounts of HP.
Heroes in the same boat, had to run away from that one. Good Sikkim Crush combination from Lloydie. Of course, Lloydie does not have a whole lot of damage yet with tier 1 of 2 different items, and able to do enough damage to push him away. Of course, Zeros does have natural defense built into his stat gains as a warrior. Left side, Real's going to be at the better end of the stick here while clearing out the wave. Real's going to be sitting currently at 3,000 gold across the way. Sanitary on Rom's be 2,700, so a 300 gold swing between the two hunters. Gold Fury area is warded heavily by SK Gaming. Looks like i5 is coming through to counter, or actually ward up themselves as they get that all set to go. Mid lane seems to be pretty even as well. Lloydie is going to be currently sitting at 2,800, whereas Captain Twig is at 3,100, so we got 300 gold swing between the two. When it's all said and done, the gold is balancing out, and that's because other lanes are not really as balanced as you'd expect. The jungle, though, 3,500 gold for Adapting across the way. Zero's at 29, so 600 gold swing between the junglers.
He got the two kills, and giving Loki those 2 kills could really accelerate Adapting in the jungle. We've seen the pressure that he can put on with this god as well from the jungle as well, or day dry back. Right. So if he can do this again with that 2-kill lead, he's got to start snowballing his team now if it's possible. He's got to look for Captain Twig. It's going to be a semi-easy target for him to try and get aggressive on, because he's not the most mobile of gods overall in that middle lane. So if he can sneak around and get some aggression, or even onto Reels and burst him down before the ball comes out, that's going to be the sort of targets he wants to go for. But the rest are very, very tanky, or will become so as the game goes on.
Oh, absolutely. That's what SK is banking on. They're looking for a more stable team fight than the bursty fight that i5 has. And, you know, there have been many games that Smite played where, you know, the enemy team against a bursty team like this never comes together, and they never get a chance to, because if you never group up as a team to fight up against a bursty team, you're never going to win. They just have so much burst that if you stand still as a single target or 2 different targets, they'll kill you, and then they will win the team fight.
Oh, Adapted did so much damage to Zeros!
Wow.
He did so much. That was a tear as well. That's how hard he just chunked with that one vanish combination. Backstab. A lot of damage.
Once you finish those boots, and you'll notice this on every single assassin in the jungle. Thor, you know, see Loki, not even just assassins, but just junglers in general that pick up boots early. If they get him fast, he's got him at like 5.5 minutes. He got Warrior Top E, insane. That little bit of penetration and a little bit of physical power means such a big difference when it all comes out and said and done.
So now it's 2-2 on the scoreboard. You can see the golden experience. Experience is in favor of SK Gaming right about now by about 700. Gold is totally even right about now. So that first blood that went over in favor of i5 has been balanced out by the farming potential coming out from SK to keep this one even for the time being. Loki rotating right, looking for something on Maniac, not going to find it. Just pick up a bit of experience over there for the most part. A little bit of gold for himself as well. But for the time being, everybody's just waiting around for the mid camps to spawn because that's when we'll see the aggression again.
Maniac slightly ahead of Advert here, about 200 gold between the two of them. Doing fairly decent here on Advert. The problem is there's so much pressure coming through, and Maniac also did get a kill on Loki, who was fed at that point. So a big gold gain for him individually. Looking at the charts, though, you can see gold is still very much even. Experience is slightly in favor of SK as it stands right now. And I think both teams are really feeling the pressure that exists in this match, given the fact that whoever wins this goes to the EU regionals.
Yeah, it's so big, and now we're going to see the left camp spawn again. Here's going to be another fight. Look at this, Maniac's already rotated over. New was going to be a bit late to the party this time round, but left camp's going to go over to i5. No full engage, but right hand side is going to be the engagement on now as New was here along with Maniac. Maniac's waiting for them to start this one off. Zeros is going to blink online, so keep an eye on that one as well if they go for it. And in the end, i5 just back out and give that one up and split it evenly.
Camps going to go out. Right side Everett's returning back to Maniac as they can clear this wave. Harassment coming through. There's the exorcism. Sanitary does have his gauntlets done, so does Reels. Then we're stacking that up for damage and lifesteal. Sprint 2 picked up by Advert. Smart play there. Going to avoid the slow from Jong as well as the slow from Habwa, the slow from Tier, the slow from everyone.
Zero's put a ward down on this left-hand side just here, near the Gold Fury area in the enemy jungle, just to give vision of the mid-XP camps, but it also just gave away Adapting, who was trying to make a big play onto Captain Twig in middle lane. So nothing comes of that one overall, and that's just down to great walls placement. So that's junglers supporting the laners, you know, making sure that they know the entrances, that the jungler's going to come through themselves. They can ward those up and make sure it stays nice and safe, and Captain Twig has some vision of when Adapt is going to come through.
They're down here pretty effectively by Lloydie. Captain Twig getting very aggressive, though. You can see the numbers are getting higher and higher. Captain Twig finally having those penetration boots picked up. Across the way, Lloydie is yet to finish those off. Of course, he did go for that lost artifact start. Going to be going handing home. Looks like he has enough to do it. Yeah, plenty. He has plenty to pick up.
Adapting looking right inside for Maniac. Going to find him. The vanish comes out. The damage is going to be applied. Pillars are applied as well. But here comes the ultimate as well. Coming across from Athena. Adapting's going to back away. Badger's going to look for the taunt if possible. Zeros fires the chain onto Advert. There's a big taunt as well. Adapting's going to live for now. But it was a 1-for-1 Lawbringer. They're going to keep going deep.
Deep for a tower under pressure. There goes a kill on Adapting. Adapting's going to go down there. A double kill for SK Gaming. 4-2 here. But how big was it? I mean, they shot him down. They got the gold here. They need to get something for it. Zero's in the jungle to force away the shot. Right. Looks like Durgis is here going to root him to the ground. Needs a hog, otherwise he's not going to get this. Badger, taunt. Oh, good sleep. Prevents him from calling up there.
Yeah, now they're going to take the blue buff down as well. Captain Twig rotates over and actually picks that one up because he just found out Lloydie in mid lane. Now Lloydie's going to lose some tower pressure and some gold there. They're also going to get the red buff out of this. So when you say, what did they get out of it? Well, they got 2 kills, 2 buffs, and some free tower pressure on middle lane. Fantastic play from SK Gaming. They're looking good this game, Drybear. They're looking great.
Looking very good. Very, very good. Fire Giant is going to be spawning here in about 10 seconds, crawling out of his little dirty hole. The Gold Fury is still standing. Of course, no chance for either team really to go get it unless there's a big team fight crush. Maniac will be going for his Warlock Sash start. Very durable, very tanky, very useful there. Badge is already going for more of a greedier build. You're going to get the Shoes of Focus, getting more damage, and also having more cooldown reduction to use more abilities.
But the moment you can see Gold Fury being contested, just wants to drop a sentry, does do so, takes away the ward over there. So Gold Fury control is in the favor of i5 now, but needs to watch their position as these mid camps are up zeros. In a great position just to zone them out, just to make sure they could take that one away. Adapting could not really get involved there.
Mid camp's going to go to SK Gaming. The right camp will be spawning in just a few seconds here to see who wants to go for it. Kumbakarn and Loki are already on their way. It's going to spawn up. It looks like we might have a fight in front of it. Looking to steal it there. Zero's Badge looking to jump in. There goes the wet paper on top. There goes the epic uppercut. No follow up here. No follow. Double taunt. There goes the shield wall on top of Adapting. The Crush going to do some damage to force him away here. Looks like the mid camp will go to SK Gaming. They're going to back off.
Yeah, they'll have to. SK Gaming get it. Maniac rotated over fantastically as well from the solo lane to stop New War from being able to get involved in that one. So overall, SK Gaming got a little bit of a win there, and every win mounts up to a bigger one as time goes on. Even Sanitary left his lane for a moment, just trying to keep an eye if he could get involved with that ridiculous Astral Barrage he's got available to him with those long-range snipes. Couldn't find anything to work though, so 4-2. Gold lead is just over 900 in favor of SK. Experience though, 3.5k, and that's a big difference right now.
On the left side of the map, putting massive amounts of wards down, as Batch always does. Gold Fury is available. Right side, we see that Maniac has already gone home to finish off his Warlock Sash already. 11.5 minutes into the game. He's got full boots, sprint 1, and a full completed Warlock Sash. He's going to start stacking that up and just become exponentially more tanky. The fire gen area is pretty poorly covered. Looks like it's one ward there from SK Gaming. That's about it. Bottom side, a very aggressive ward being placed down in front of the damage buff by SK Gaming. Just checking out who's going where and spot them out before they get there. Mid lane, no mid camps but to spawn. They're going to be spawning here in just about a minute and 45 seconds or so, or about a minute and a half now as it does move forward here. Waiting for that to kind of clear out, and they're going to look for that as well. 90 gold per camp. The mid camps are very vital.
Yeah, they are vital, especially in a game like this, Drybear. As the time goes on, it's just going to continue, where SK Gaming can keep this pressure on. They'll slowly get it more and more of a lead and hit level 20 a lot earlier. Lloydie gets caught out of position here by the Sentinel. Zeros could blink in, gets the Fearless, forced in the beads. Actually, the Iron Monster was used as well. Was that both of them? It was, you know. He used Iron Monster and Beads to get away from that one, did Lloydie. So that is actually a win for SK Gaming. Forcing the Beads out and the Iron Monster. Know that it's on cooldown if they fight again. They might even be able to get this tier 2 tower here because there's going to be Kumba corner and adapting, rotating in to try and defend this one. But can they do it? That's the question.
With the pressure here, they're starting to swing it out. Good decoy prevents the minions from going through there. There goes the throwback to clear them all out. All set to go on that one. And now we're going to see them kind of control it out. Right side, Maniac is on his way. He's in the space area between solo and mid. Seeing if he can't catch Nuwa rotating over to help the mid tower. They're going to meet each other in the jungle here, trying to get exchange some blows. There goes the fog to keep Advert safe. And they're going to back off back to their normal prospective posts to farm them minions.
Mid lane, you're going to see a 3-man top from Badger. That was huge.
Nice.
And Fearless combination onto Adapt, and Adapt is going to drop in the backside. Captain Twig picks him up the crushing wave. Dirge is in trouble. Uses the epic uppercut to live. Uses the throwback as well. It's good defensive, and Captain Twig's very low. Can Lloydie find something? He can't. He's too low himself to really get involved. But that was a great pickup because they get a tower out of it as well. SK Gaming starting to take a lead now, Drybear. That's actually quite substantial. However, the longer this game goes on, the sooner New War comes online, and you can start pushing down towers and causing disruption on the rest of the map.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of great pickups here. And that's the biggest thing. Is the late game for I5 is phenomenal. They have so much damage potential. And that's what Nuwa does. I mean, Nuwa needs either a big lead or just waits till late game. If Nuwa makes it a late game, she hits so incredibly hard with how much damage is in her kit, the doubling of her basic attacks. She has, you know, the scaling of her flame strike. Her ultimate does a lot of damage as well. Even Fog could do upwards of 700 to 800 damage if you stand in it the entire time. I mean, there's just so much damage in Nuwa's kit, but she needs to have the proper itemization to bring it out in full.
Well, we'll have to see if she can actually get to that itemization overall at the moment, because at the moment SK Gaming, I think they realised what potential i5 has in the late game and what the new War pick brought to the table from i5's point of view. So SK Gaming realised they need to accelerate a little bit now and start putting the pressure on to make sure that new War does not become a factor that could influence the result of this game, because at the moment they're in good control. At the moment, no Gold Fury fight so far. It still stands. Mid camp's been down for a while now. Going to be a while longer before them down, but already mid tower's dropped in favour of SK Gaming. They're looking good.
Bancroft's sound done in Habwa.
Oh,
just
good trap from Reels.
Ooh.
And there was a yawn.
Should be up as it stands right now. But if he got picked off in the mid lane without a pass, it should be coming up short. There's the
Badger
taunt
went in
from
deep
Badger. Just force him, see if he's going to use a purification bead, see if he's going to use any actives, see if he's going to try to do anything.
Gold
and
Fury.
It looks like he's not going to. Gold Fury is available. Dirge is quite low. See if they
It's a
can
good
do
call.
this. Lodi is there. Ward on the ground. Well, let's see, because there's definitely a lot of AoE damage on the side of I5. Great control. Great push, and they're just going to back off. Free Gold Fury.
Yeah, and now will they fight? That's the question. Badger might try to look for it, but gets yawned. But
passive.
Dirge is going to go down for this. He shouldn't have gone in. I'm not sure what they were trying to do there, Drybear. I mean, they went in, they lost the Gold Fury, they could have just walked away, and then still got the tower on the right hand side that New War picks up, but instead, he walked into Yawn to try and slow them down. It did just cost him his life overall. Now Zero's trying to hunt around in the jungle, and if he waits around here long enough, he might find that the speed buffer respawns, which is due, but instead, he's going to look for a pickup on Sanitary, who doesn't know behind him yet. He blinks in, the Fearless Chain. Can they get the combo off and get the damage onto Zeros? They can. That was so nice from Zeros. Oh my days.
7-2 now in favor of SK Gaming, looking for this left side tower. And this is kind of like the thing that I5 was worried about, right? Is this kind of aggression from SK Gaming early? Because, you know, realistically, the team comp for I5 doesn't really have a whole lot of synergy together. It doesn't glue together, but it has so much damage that if SK ever makes a mistake, they will die for it. There's just a lot of characters that need a lot of cooking time on I5. Enough time to kind of prepare themselves, rise, set and get all set to go on broil, and then all of a sudden they're able to come out absolutely delicious. Like Loki, Nuwa, Rom, Scylla, all together. Very damaging characters and characters that scale incredibly well into the late game stages. Right tower is being pressured heavily by Maniac right now. Advert doing the best he can to defend this one up. The clay minions are also assisting. Nuwa has summoned her friends to help her out. The wave will be cleared out shortly, and Maniac's going to make another pass to this tower.
I mean, i5 are very good at playing from behind. They've had to do this over and over again. There's been deficits when they've lost to it. They've been behind to Agilitas at times by 16,000 gold in the SWC and come back to win the game. So they're used to playing from behind, and it might fall into their... If they can hold onto the towers, Drybear, then it's going to pay off for them, honestly, because like you said, you know, the late game potential will start to rise up from them. It just depends how much of a gap, how much of a lead SK Gaming can develop, or can they just close it out before they even get there? That's what SK Gaming are looking for, and already you can see them start to roam around and position wards all around the fire giant area, and Nuwa's going to be careful here. Advert's going to get rotated on by the whole team because that tower's got no health. He's in trouble.
Nice taunt, nice stun, nice damage, nice Fearless into the wall, in through the tower he goes, and Fearless shoulder tackle right through. Zero showing tier is back, baby, and not to be underestimated. All he's got is Warrior Tabi and a little bit of penetration from that heavy mace there towards the Jotun's
Dirges is
Wrath.
caught as well.
Amazing pickup, good silence, taunt, Nick, oh, Fearless right up on top of him, no passive to boot, and he is gone.
9-2 now for SK Gaming, just sort of down that right-hand side tower. Meanwhile, left-hand side drops as well, which went a little bit earlier. And now SK Gaming in great control. I mean, gold experience 4,500 ahead. Gold 4,500 ahead, and experience 10,000 ahead. And now they're looking for the first tier 2 of the game. And only Lloydie and Adapting are here to do anything about this.
The taunt on 2 Purification Beads. Fearless not going to be able to use there. He doesn't know where they went. Stealth is a very tricky mechanic there. Now go to the right side tower. Tier 2 is going to be falling down. Looks like Rob's going to make the chance to push up this Tier 1 tower, but can he actually clear it out is the question. This is going to fall down very shortly if they make another pass at it, and I don't see why they wouldn't. 3 players left still standing. Looks like they're going to take the safe road and run on up. Gold Fury is not available either, so it looks like 4,700 gold is the gain they're going to get so far as a team heading over to this side, and now 9-2 SK is in the lead.
SK Gaming have come out of this game and just played phenomenally so far, Drybear. I mean, they lost earlier in the day.
Defeated them in the tournament.
I know. They lost earlier today, and then I think they just sat back and watched the games through and went, come on, guys, we can do this. We can play them. We've done it before. We can fight i5. We can beat them. And this time round, maybe morale's a big part of this because SK Gaming have, you know, felt the lives slip away, not into their hands. But then it's back once again in their grasp. It's their opportunity to win this now for themselves, and they realise they're grabbing it with both hands now, and they're trying to hang on for dear life.
Loki and Nuwa coming together here. They're going to start grouping up in the jungle area. There goes the clear on the Harpies. And honestly, the farm needs to pick up. I mean, they just need to start looking less for ganks and more for farm, and that's what i5 really has to make sure they do. And it doesn't seem like that's what they're looking for. I mean, we've seen a lot of gank opportunities from i5. We see Dirges rotating a lot, and then the biggest thing as well is that not only do they need a farm on all these strong carries and burst characters and assassins on i5, they need a bunch of farm on Dirges because he is going to be the back with which they stand on, and if he is underfarmed and doesn't have the defense or the active items necessary to make everything work right, they're not going to have a team fight.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that one as well. So we'll see as this one continues, because at the moment, they're slowly starting to fall behind. Nuwa's trying to get herself there. Advert's level 16. She's actually gone for the chins right now. That build, generally, you see the chins being picked up on the Hunter when they are behind in the lane overall, and you can see that he is. He's 2 levels behind Reels right now. The gold disparity between the two, 800 gold there. So chins being picked up on the Sanitary, it's going to delay how early he's going to get crit online. However, he's going to have pretty good sustain overall in the fight if you can get sustained damage off. But Gold Fury being started by SK Gaming here, and i5 have to give this one up. They're not in contention for it at all, and that's going to be all she wrote for another Gold Fury for SK Gaming. The lead continues.
Gold Fury gonna go down here. Dirges is there, trying to steal it. Sleep, no, a little bit late there, so that's gonna pick up the Gold Fury.
Now he's caught
there's
out.
the boar on top. He should have his passive at this point though, so might buy some time. He just make sure that he doesn't go down behind enemy lines there and just get completely picked out. So there goes the rotation coming out. Oh, Nuwa pushing that side tower.
This is what they were looking to do. This is what Nuwa's looking to do. She's popping everything on this as well to burst it down. Look at the damage she just did to that tower. Drybear is going to drop before the clay minions go down. So a Gold Fury for a tier 2 tower. That's a good pickup for i5 in a way, but SK Gaming is still in the lead. And Zeros makes him pay!
Dashing away, sprints there. Good stun, not going to land though.
Olympus.
There's Athena going to dash forward. She has a taunt available. The dunk's going to land. The taunt's going to miss though. Look for the follow up here. There's a shield wall. I don't see her going anywhere here.
I don't know.
Do
if
they
she
have
might
a
make
blink
it.
available? The blink is on cooldown
Clock
now. There's
speed.
the dash. The stun hits.
Stun. The
The
clay
minion's
minion's gonna
block.
block.
Ever
Taunt's gonna be
wants
up
this.
soon.
Needs a taunt. Needs to land this taunt. Cannot miss this taunt. There goes Badger. Gonna miss the
He missed
taunt
it.
again. He
And
can't
Dirge
get
is
it.
here.
Advert gets away. 2 missed taunts in a row by Badger will secure the safety of Advert.
For the time being, anyway, Advert survives, but SK Gaming will clearly know what is up with i5's game plan here. They let the Gold Fury, technically they would try to contest the Gold Fury, but Advert didn't rotate and push down a tower. If that happens one more time and Maniac leaves that lane dry bare, they'll get a Phoenix out of it, because you saw the amount of burst damage he did to that tier 2 tower. In a matter of seconds, he'll drop everything on it, burst it down, and then recall, and a Phoenix would have been dropped this time round.
Well, he does have Demonic Grip now completed after Warlock Sash. He has his Shoes of the Magi for magical penetration as well. Fighting Durgis in the jungle is going to be Maniac, who somehow angered the Fire Giant.
I don't know how he
They're
angered the
making a
Fire
mess
Giant.
on the
That's
ground.
amazing.
Either way, it seems to be working out. Hob wasn't running through the jungle as well. Look at the gold numbers. We're going to see that 4,000 gold in favor of SK Gaming is what we're working with right now. i5 is hanging out on top of everything
Where's
else.
Advert
And things to
going?
be working good.
Advert was looking at trying to take down the middle tower from behind there, but Hubwa was actually in defense there. Clay minions came out. This is what Advert's going to do now. He looks like he's just going to roam around and try and take out towers. Now he's level 17, you know. He's the highest level on his team along with Sanentry. Still behind Maniac, who's got a 2-level lead. We're going to go into a quick pause here, guys, but as this is going on, I mean, we can see the golden experience right now, Driver. 4,500 gold in favor of SK. Experience 10,000. But when we look at the terms of towers, the first tier 2 tower to go down was in favor of i5. And that's kind of that's their game plan, is the objectives more than anything.
Well, it's going to be a brief pause here, just a minute, so we're going to see if we can't fast forward through it or just kind of just sit through it as we sit here and wait for the game to get started back up again. 22:37 is the clock that we have right now. Overall, 10K experience on that side for SK Gaming. 4,300 experience or 4,300 gold as well. They're top of the charts. The rod is done for Maniac. I like the fact that he rushed that Murata Tahuti just because he was 2-0-2 early on. He had a pretty significant gold lead, and he was not feeling any pressure in the lane at all. He was in complete control of that laning phase and just decided, hey, you know, I got the money. Why not I just get the rod?
Yeah, I mean, look at the 2 junglers as well. Adaptin had a great day, Drybear. He started off really early, got 2 kills for his team. He got the first 2 kills, the only 2 kills that i5 have here, but he's not managed to capitalize on it. He's not snowballed his team, but look at Zeros. 4-0-4 right now. He's got his Urchin online. He's got the Jotuns as well, and he's going to be dealing decent damage at the same time with very tanky front line, and he's making the plays and making his jungle influence known.
Make sure you guys are purchasing the Romerica skin. The promotion ends tomorrow. This skin contributes $2 to the American Red Cross, as well as being one of the best skins we've ever made. The Shibalanki skin bundle is also still available until tomorrow. This edition will be closed. No longer be able to get one of the Shibalanki skins, as well as the football/soccer sword skin, which of course depends on where you are in the world.
Lloydie.
There.
Lloydie.
2 shots. Wow.
New was pushing mid at the meantime while this is going on. The Fire Giant was started, so they lose 1, but they get the middle tower. Now what are SK Gaming going to do? The Fire Giant is being faked on here. No, I'm thinking they're just trying to focus on wards. Now they're faking it. They're faking it more than anything else. Durgis actually blinks in, thinking they were actually doing it, and they weren't. And now the re-aggression from Maniac is on. The ghost are popped. Advert's in trouble as Zeros chases onto him. He's trying to use the fog for disparity to get away, but Captain Twig finds Sanentry.
And she goes down the backside. They're not going to push up here. They have the Fire Giant buff. They have a pretty significant lead here. They're not going to push this right side tower. This could be more gold for them. Sleep. Taunt. Going to hit Durgis, though, bringing him out of the fight. Does have his passive active, I do believe. Now looking for follow-up here.
But Reel's in the back.
Here. There goes the hit. Fearless on top. Groggy Strike goes down the ground, but he's not getting back up.
Not going to get back up, and that's going to be a tier 2 tower on the right-hand side. Advert's the only one remaining with Adaptin online. Adaptin can't do anything here, really. He's low-key overall. All he can really do is throw down a decoy, not take on 5 members of SK Gaming. They're going to go straight for the Fire Giant here. Meanwhile, left-hand side, Noir is looking for the tier 2 tower here. She'll probably get this one, Drybear, but at the same time, they're going to lose a Fire Giant for it. Or can Adaptin make anything crazy shenanigans happen here? I don't think so. Nope. SK get Fire Giant.
Just going to go down there. That's going to be it. Big pickup for them. Clear map, clear everything. Advert on the left side, though, going to try to push this tower down. He's going to get it as well. That's another pickup for them. And realistically, this game would be so much worse if Advert wasn't here. He is keeping their gold numbers closer by killing off all of these towers and also giving them the opportunity to control the map. If Advert wasn't split pushing as hard as he is now, this would be so hard for i5 to kind of control
those
that tier 2
pings?
tower on the left side. I mean, it's amazing.
Did you see those pings from SK Gaming there? They just pinged. Look at the pings now. Those pings are ward pings. That's what they're doing now. We need to ward up here, 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 and here. Now, New Ward does not show up on a ward. However, she will have a little dot that appears on the map when she passes over one when she's in fog. So she can kind of try and avoid the wards, but she will be spotted out if your eyes are aware. And look where the ward placements are now, guys. Very, very deep, keeping eyes out for New Ward doing that, because if she goes for a Phoenix, watch for the fast rotation back to base to take her out, because that's exactly what SK Gaming need to do to stop this New Ward play that's going to come forward, because she's looking to try and do it down right-hand side right now, using the fog to push down, but Maniac's already in a good position. They're pinging her. They know she's already here, Dry Bear. Advert could be in trouble.
Rotation coming out. There's still 3 players in the mid lane, though, holding on to what they've got. Keep in mind, the late game power for i5 is still very strong, has yet to fully activate. So SK's got to get something about this. The rotation he's gotten out of the same. Captain's a great long play here, waiting for them to come down. There goes the knockup. There goes the kill. Advert's going to be done for here. Trying to stun 2, going to get stunned 2, but now going to push up the right side lane. They're into this trying realizing that Advert's gone. They're going to Gold Fury. They're going to get Gold Fury. They're going to build a backup here. Or will they adapt? It looks like he wants to adapt to the situation and just try to push up this left side tower.
3 men defend the Phoenix against the 5-man might of a 5-gen team. Adapting, going to look for the split push opportunity. Maniac has been the chosen man to be sent back to base to deal with the Loki split push. Good call from SK Gaming. They know what's up with i5 now. And now the assault can begin from SK. Reels will start chipping away at that Phoenix time and time again.
Oh, good sleep. Dirge's by himself. No passive active this time. If he gets picked off, he's just going to go down into the dirt. Groggy strike on 0.
Phoenix goes.
There goes a big pickup. Captain's going to force him back to the base. Oh, Sanitary wants the shot. Can't find it, though. Looks like Adapting has already come back to the base, not really wanting to sacrifice that Phoenix for a Phoenix at this point in the game. The gold is still in favor of SK Gaming, and a lot of it's just coming from towers, realistically. And it looks like, i5's ahead in towers and still very far behind. They're 4,200 gold behind while also being 1 tower up. Well,
Fire Giant Gold Fury is playing to account as well, and obviously kills, which is a massive lead. Badger goes in, 3-man taunt was monstrous, and there's a crushing wave. Sanitary goes to this guy, Lloyd, he gets a big armor monster, but it's not enough to kill anyone. Maniac's now just starting to destroy people along with Captain Twig. All 5 members of SK Game continue to stand. This is looking grim for i5, but SK, the adventure continues for them, Dry Bear. They can keep this pressure up. There's only 1 tower remaining. The 5-gen still goes. Reels wants this Phoenix in mid lane. New War's looking for the split push, but I don't think they'll really care about it. If they can keep busy, they can keep it dealt with, and Athena's gone back to base right now.
I don't see it. I mean, Adapting and Advert both left that fight to try to go split push. Adapting decided, hey, it's not worth it. Came back to try and help. At that point, it was already said and done. 2 players from his team had already been gone. The tier 2 tower was gone. The Phoenix was gone, and now the left tier 2 tower is going to go down as well. Advert got the Phoenix, which is great. It's going to help out a lot, but now they don't have any space control. They have the minions on the right side, which is going to help them control that side of the Fire Giant. But I mean, I don't know if it was worth losing a Phoenix, 2 towers, and 2 teammates.
2 Phoenixes, 2 towers for 1 Phoenix. That's generally all they got for that one overall. And now they're on a last Phoenix standing. If that last Phoenix drops, Dry Bear, you know how difficult it is to try and defend when all 3 Phoenixes are down. New was going to keep looking for the split push. I think that's what i5's game plan is. Is just like, okay, fine, they got Phoenixes, just go and get more stuff. Advert, go roaming. Go see if you can get something else. Keep putting the pressure on and distracting them as much as we can. But SK Gaming, I feel, have i5's number on this play that they're trying to make. Every single time Advert does something, SK Gaming are aware of it. They'll either choose to give it up and take more of a chew out of it, or send someone back to deal with it and catch him on his rotations.
Individually, all these characters are great on the side of i5. The problem is they don't come together in any meaningful way. You're seeing these team fights, right? I mean, SK just goes in. They have a ton of CC. They have a ton of tankiness, a ton of utility, and a decent amount of damage. They're all balanced. The team lineup for SK is balanced. It has good little bits of everything and enough to keep them sustained in all situations. They're very useful. Across the way, i5, they just have damage.
They're
they have
also
damage
far
and
behind.
Dirtiest. That's it. I mean, they're behind. They don't have enough. And it's exactly right. I mean, if you're running a team comp that relies on damage and you're behind, what can you do?
I know. I mean, they're not even all level 20 right now, and that's a big influence on them as well, especially when you look across the other side and you can see the whole of SK Gaming are level 20, other than Badger, which you expect. Sanitu's been forced into Astral Barrage here. He's not going to find a kill, a little bit of poke, and then he's going to drop as all that fearless chain from Zeros again. Zeros, for me, has been on fire this game. Like, completely.
Oh, man, so good.
Oh, every fearless chain, like his rotations, his decision making has been crisp, clean, and now they're going to get another fire giant off this because I5 got to defend against fire minions in their own base. Where's Noir?
Still trying to split push. Looks like he's going to try and file him. Oh, smart play by Maniac here.
Knows.
Popping heavily agility, knowing he's going to come over here trying to defend it. Ooh, the minions are kind of out there.
Advert's not seen him yet. Advert's not seen him.
He's trying to double hit it. Advert burst damage. Advert's going to die without getting the Phoenix. And they got the fire giant. That's rough.
This was a play that I5 had in the books. It's something
teleport
they tried to use.
He's got teleport. He came right back to join his team. I love the fact that he picked up teleport against Noir. What a smart play by Maniac.
That is so smart to do. And SK Gaming read the player book before they got into this one. They're looking to end. SK Gaming realize right now they've got Athena to roll in, and here she comes. The whole team, I'm a monster. Gonna get dropped, do good damage. Is it gonna be enough? Epic uppercut, crushing wave comes over. Titan's starting to fall. Rios is doing great damage to it. I think SK have got it right there. I think this is the end. SK Gaming are the fourth team to make it to the LAN event. I5 eliminated after 3 attempts today to do it. They couldn't do it.
That's rough. That is really rough. I mean, it's exactly right. I mean, round of 8, they had a chance to take SK out. They did. Then round of 4, semifinals, they had a chance to take out C9 and just guarantee themselves into the top 4. They couldn't do it.
Yep.
Then right into the bronze match, again, they had another chance. If they beat Coast, they would be locked in for 4th seed.
Yep.
Then again, they had another chance into the consolation match with SK Gaming to lock in themselves as 4th seed, and all times they failed. They could not get that seed locked in, and now SK Gaming is going to be your 4th choice there, which means that all 4 teams in the UU regional will be sponsored by somebody. TSM is going to be your 2nd seed. 1st seed is going to be Cloud9. 3rd will be Coast, and 4th will be SK Gaming. A very strong lineup there, as you can see on screen. What a beautiful, beautiful match it has been so far. And realistically, it's been a long road, long 10 weeks, but I think every team that is in this is looking forward to getting to the EU Regional to compete for $50,000. Now, not only that, they're guaranteed to be into the Smite Pro League, but there's still a chance for the I5 and everyone else to get into the Pro League as well. Yeah. There's 2 teams that will make it through the play-in. They will be able to make it into the Smite Pro League, but even then, there's still more chances for teams to come back in the Smite World Championship.
That's right.
In place of these tournaments, we'll be taking over a Smite Challengers Cup, which means it is only open to teams not in the Smite Pro League. So the top 6 teams in both regions will be removed from this Challengers Cup, and this will be every other team involved. So these teams have a chance to come back and make their way to the Smite World Championship.
It's been a fantastic experience, honestly, to see these teams come out and play with their all the time. SK Gaming put on a great performance today. They had to sit through this whole day drive after losing to I5 and hope and hope and hope. And they kept doing so, and they got to this game and they managed to win it. I'm so happy for SK Gaming. I feel so sorry for I5, though. On the back of that, they lost so many games in a row. It's such a shame overall. But teams are going to win, teams are going to lose, but maybe we'll see them all in the Pro League. We'll find out in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, Driver, I mean, hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll find out.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But, I would have a couple brief reminders, everyone out there in chat. Number 1 is the Ramirez skin is not going to be available after tomorrow. This is an awesome, awesome skin. If you haven't picked it up yet, go pick it up. It's so much fun. But not only that, there's more than just fun. It donates $2 to the American Red Cross, which helps with disaster relief, military efforts, military families, blood drives, as well as medical needs across the world. A great effort to contribute. All you have to do is buy an awesome skin. Not only that, but the Shibalanki Ward skin bundle will not be available after tomorrow either. This includes the football Jaguar, the football Jaguar.
Includes the World Cup.
The two Shibalanki skins. I believe it's.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. It's going to be those 2 skins together. Not only that, we also get the Ward skin, which is the football/soccer Ward skin, depending on where you are in the world. That's going to be locked in. We raised over $50K in game for American Red Cross in game, and $24,000 out of game, which gets us almost a $75,000 total raise for the American Red Cross. Just because, guys, you guys are amazing, and I also ate cat food and wore a dress. So a lot of things went into that. So thank you so much for donating. Calendar coming soon. Not only that, guys, remember that Curse Voice is now active and live in Smite. This is a free-to-use voice-over-IP sessioning system that allows you to hop into a voice-over-IP call with your teammates in a Smite match. Go to the Curse website or links on site in chat, or possibly in the SmiteGame.com website. You'll see more links there. Download Curse Voice, install it. It runs in the background while you're playing Smite. If you join into a match, it'll ask you if you want to join into a call with the 5 members total in the match lobby for free. You get voice-over-IP, you can talk to teammates and coordinate. Everyone has great feedback with it. They've made a lot of friends with it. You get to talk to your teammates and coordinate better. But not only that, when you lock in your god, your avatar on the on-screen overlay will change the god you're playing, so there's no confusion as to who's talking and what's going on. A lot of great things happening for Smite overall. If you guys are looking for more action, make sure you stay tuned to this channel right here throughout the week so we can keep you updated on what's going on. Other than that, for myself, the admins, the moderation team, everyone who's running production, Hindu Man, my co-caster today, and of course, Dry Bear, myself. Thank you so much for tuning in for these last 10 weeks. We're so excited to get you in to the regionals that have been locked in so far. Our 8 teams have been locked in for the EU regional and for the NA regional together. The event details are already online if you want to go to those, and we'll be seeing you guys around. Have a good day.